should have got a map to where the scene starts. King of maps. Do you guys have the map to One-Eyed Willie's treasure?
No.
What is this? Just like a scene about steps? We couldn't have just shot this shit in a restaurant? Tell me we're not gonna meet this kid at the top of the stairs and eat bread. Oh, I was gonna be so mad if the scene was just me and this kid eating bread at the top of these stairs. I'm sure it's good though. So you see Cusco, known for his Cocker Spaniels. It's cool, but let me tell you something. Buy the poster.
Y'all in the wrong world. Again, man. Welcome to Huang's world. World traveler. The food, good and delicious. Shanghai, Moscow, check out the pictures. LA, MIA, or London. The schedule's vicious. Welcome to Huang's world.
If you've read any shitty food blogs or shitty food magazines, you've probably heard of a Peruvian fusion restaurant in your neighborhood with some acclaimed chef cooking things derivative of Peru. But instead of taking you to those restaurants and showing you that shitty food, we decided to take you to the source.
What's good, base vlogs? We are in Lima, Peru. I've lost my bags, but I've been finessed with the Inca Cola t-shirt of life, so we're ready for this scene. And we're gonna do something I don't think we've ever done before. We're gonna do an entire act with fire, fine dining style restaurants. Because a lot of countries we go to, the fine dining restaurants is very like, you know, selling you ambiance. But in Peru, their #1 cultural export is food. Their food captures the biodiversity of the land, the geographical diversity from the coast to the Amazon to the Andes, and also the multicultural diversity. So we're gonna start here at Huang. Oh, you can't come, Benji. Fresh, no smell. Lime juice. This is one of the most famous restaurants in Lima. It's not necessarily about the ambiance, the architecture, the design. It is about the food. There's no menu. Every day the dishes change, but it's always flounder and it's always octopus. The key to being a master chef is footwear. How was it that you came to love cooking?
Por un tío, tenía que yo lo ayudaba a mi tío y de pronto tuvo una embolia cerebral y como ya la cocina era parte del sustento diario, me tuve que meter en la cocina y ahí descubrí mi pasión. Y comencé a cambiar hasta hacer mi propia cocina, ¿no?
Number one! My only goal in this scene is to remake this photograph. This is tiradito. Looks like it's got walnuts. Everything's balanced. You get the crunch from the walnuts, earthiness from them as well. A little bit of pepper gives it a little bite. Black pepper grounds it. The acid brings it up, and then you're just tasting the essence of the fish. This is a real masterful combination of like Chinese and Peruvian cooking. This is awesome. The best dish.
Para todos los de habla latina allá en los Estados Unidos, por favor, este chino es un pesado.
Oh, Benji, you're stuck here. Continuing our food tour, we are now going to our second restaurant, Almas. This restaurant is very high-end and fancy and uses ingredients from the Amazon and tries to educate and teach people about all the fire foods that are in the Amazon.
fábricas, nos dan sus productos y de esa forma nos beneficiamos ambos, ¿no? Nosotros con excelentes productos y ellos, bueno, de alguna forma que le dan valor a lo que ellos hacen.
Snails.
River snail.
Okay. River snail.
And tapioca, it's a menu.
Oh, tapioca.
Eso es achaculantro.
Wild culantro.
Es más aromático que un culantro normal, crece comúnmente en la Amazonía.
So in here, he's already cooked these snails for 9 hours in boiling water, and then they took out the snails and they're stir frying it with tapioca, culantro, cumin, salt, and a little bit of pepper.
Todos estos ingredientes los guisamos en una salsa de chorizo.
Now they've taken the snails, put it back in its shell, and they serve you in an order. You get 4 of these. Every time I eat Peruvian food, there's certain elements that are familiar, like the tapioca that I've had in Cantonese desserts with taro, the snails that you get in French cooking, the depth of flavor that you may have in a beef bourguignon. But then the cumin hits you, then the culantro hits you. And Peruvian food takes things from so many places and so many influences, and then also in its own backyard in the Amazon, that every single bite is familiar and different all in the same. Increíble. Good fried rice. Gracias. Doug wants some fried rice. You gotta squat while you eat it. Go. This is pretty good posture. So a lot of people think that the Asian squat is a racial thing, but look at my man Doug. Perfect Asian squat. Not only does this man look like a husky Christian Bale, but look at the heels, flat on the floor, perfect form. Hand ready for a bowl of rice. You mind handing me a bowl of rice, Doug? Sure. Oh, see? I'll hand you that bowl of rice right back. There you go. White people can do Asian things. Also, carniceria, salumeria, artisanal. We heard you have the best meat in Peru.
We have some meat. We'll let you try it and you let us know.
I mean, I know good meat.
When we started dry aging, I wanted to do it for 20, 30 days.
Yeah.
But nobody would buy it. So
they
didn't
like the flavor like that, or what?
No, they didn't understand what dry age was. So we had those there, and people looked at them, and they look old.
They look moldy.
So they don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
So after like 90 days being opened as a shop,
yeah,
we started having a lot of 90 days dry aged beef. And with dry age, and what you're going to see now is when you go extreme,
yeah,
it, over 200, 250 days,
yeah,
it starts getting some crazy funky flavors,
yeah,
like really, really nice.
Yeah, mushrooms and nuts and things like that.
You want to eat something?
Yeah, let's eat.
Come on,
let's eat. Chefs are really like celebrities in Peru, though, huh?
More than celebrities, Peruvians became obsessed with food,
yeah,
because it was the first reason we had in many, many years, to be proud. We had a horrible economy. We had a horrible problem with terrorism. We were lacking identity. We were horrible in sports. And when people started coming and recognizing Peruvian food as something great, everybody was proud to be Peruvian again.
Got it.
So this started the aging process in 9/11, 2015.
1 year aged. It doesn't feel like beef anymore. It's like tuna. It's custardy. And you can feel the little fibers just give like a hard custard. It's not like beef where you're tearing. The fibers have all broken down.
Yeah.
Respect.
Thank you. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
You want to take a look?
Oh, wow. Oh, we got to do the Rocky shit. Ready? Oh, look at his thumb. Number one. Give him number one. No finger. Yo, yeah. He got it. He got it. He got it. He did it. Yo, so we about to meet the homie Diego Oka. Diego was kind of like a young superstar in Peru. When he was 18 years old, he was at like a grocery store and ran into his idol, like the Jesus Christ superstar chef of Lima, Gaston, and he asked Gaston for a job as a chef, and ever since then, he's become Gaston's right-hand man. And Diego is third generation Japanese in Peru, so he's gonna introduce to us a lot of the diverse influences in Peru, from Criollo cuisine, Japanese cuisine, to Chifa Chinese cuisine. Hey, what's up, Diego? How's it going?
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is the house of Elena Izquierdo. I think the most representative cook in Peru. And she's going to show us how to cook two very traditional dishes from the African influence here in Peru. No?
Hi, I'm Eddie. Nice
Elena,
to meet you.
Eddie.
Definitely.
Sí.
Smells good.
Los primeros africanos que llegan al Perú son los que cocinaban estos platos. Cuando llegaron los chinos aportaron los fideos, entonces se mezclaron las culturas y de ahí nace la sopa seca.
So Afro-Chino-Peruvian food.
Yeah.
Very cool. So this is basil, oil, and water.
Yes.
Then she's going to use the yellow chili paste.
Okay.
But that chili paste is from a dry yellow pepper. It's called ají mirasol. Here in Peru, we take out the spiciness from the chili and we keep the flavor of the chili, no?
Yeah, that's smart. You see the way she's making the pasta? She's slowly cooking it and pushing it down as it softens.
Una vez estaba yo en Chiclayo
One
y
time
había
she
un
was in-
italiano
One time she was
y
in
se quedó
Chiclayo.
espantado cómo cocinaba yo esto. Le dije que ese es un tipo de pasta diferente peruana. Le digo, no es, se cocina como los italianos.
Look at that, the chicken, the shredded chicken.
Yeah.
Y ya está
This looks
cocido.
awesome.
Hemos puesto aquí, cuéntale, he hecho un chicharrón.
Wow.
It's delicious, no? Yeah. Now we're going to do the carapulcra.
Nosotros tenemos un producto que se llama papa seca, que se hace el plato de la carapulca.
You know, Peru, we have 3,000 type of potatoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that.
We eat
Crazy.
potatoes almost every day.
Irish people are very jealous of Peru.
Comino. Esta es la piel del puerco, la cual hemos sacado aquí la grasa con la que hemos preparado.
What's very interesting that she's done is she's dissected every ingredient and she's bringing everything back together again in a pot like one community.
And this is called mancha pecho.
Oh, Machu Picchu.
Mancha pecho. Because it have a lot
Oh,
of
stains
color.
the pasta. Yeah.
No, it stains your...
Oh, stains
your-
you. Oh, like mom's
yeah.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
Mom's spaghetti.
Sí, yo
Todos los
aprendí con mi
cocineros.
mamá, con mi abuela, con...
She learned with her mom,
Exacto. Mi
grandma.
escuela son ellas, porque yo no fui a una escuela de
That's
cocina.
her school, no?
The cumin, reminds you of Mexican food and the way that it's stewed. And then kind of like the slow cooking and the way she's fried the pork belly and then made the stock with the pork reminds you of Chinese cooking. But then adding the basil and then adding the potato and then the pepper paste, it's like clearly Peruvian. And her mother is the godmother of like Peruvian cuisine, huh?
La reina.
Mama de la Cocina Peruana. Mother of the Peruvian kitchen.
Yes. You like it?
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. First Peruvian home-cooked meal.
Oh, you got the best one.
Yeah, I'm spoiled now.
This is el centro de Lima. This is downtown, a very popular neighborhood. And right now we're going to the first Peruvian-Japanese Nikkei restaurant opened here in Lima in 1959.
Nice.
The first Japanese came here to work in the farms industry. Japanese people have a lot of experience working in the rice field. So when Japan was in a crisis, there was an opportunity here in Peru to work in the farms. So that's why so many Japanese came here.
You know, you're very proud to be Peruvian, but did you ever worry that you would lose your Japanese heritage and stuff?
I'm proud to be Japanese descendant, for sure, but I'm Peruvian. Food is coming. This is a tamal.
Oh, wow. Tamal with seafood inside. It's got some pork in here. Oh, wow. This is incredible because they have the fish steamed with the banana leaf flavor and then all the shellfish on top. This is unlike any food I've ever had, though.
Yeah.
It's like, you can tell some of it's Japanese and some of it's Latin American, but together, it's just like future food. So we shut it down in there, and now we are going to add Chifa food. Chifa, #1. We had to get some cardio before our final meal. Our third meal in 5 hours. Yeah, Diego, why do you think Chifa food is so popular here?
Like Chinese culture, you share, right? In Peruvian culture, also we do that.
This is Peru's favorite soda.
Yeah, we said it matched with everything.
Yeah.
The best pairing. Inca Cola with ceviche, Inca Cola with Chinese food, Inca Cola with everything, no?
Cheers.
Cheers. Describe the taste.
It's like the green gummy bear mixed with the pineapple gummy bear. It tastes like green apple and pineapple.
I think it's the first time I heard that description.
What's it made of?
Lemongrass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Make it Inca Cola time. Can you give him Roger Moore? Like, you know, Roger Moore. Yeah. No, more Sinatra.
I don't get it.
You never seen this scene from Lost in Translation? It's a Japanese guy telling Bill Murray, can you do more Roger Moore? Like Roger Moore. But he was just like you. He's like, it doesn't make sense. Hello. This is Hagao. Do you have chopsticks? Let's try. No offense. I thought this was going to be shitty. This is really good. In Peru, it's always Inca Cola time. I don't have anything positive to tell you besides the fact that humans were given a gift as beautiful as the rainforest, and piece by piece, we're ruining it. So we're on the Marañón River right now, going from Nauta to Puerto Prado. And this entire region has contaminated water, mainly because of deforestation from logging and also oil spills from Petro Peru. So this is a DEFCON 5 tap water poo-poo pants situation. We're about to meet Emma, the first female president of the entire region, and she's actually taken the initiative also to turn this area into a conservation center. What's up? Me llamo Eddie.
Bienvenido. Podemos caminar, pasear, ver cómo vivimos.
Okay. I heard that one of the first things you did was turn this into a conservation area. What's that mean?
Nosotros hemos visto necesario que la comunidad tenga un área de conservación porque nosotros mirando acá en la Amazonía, Marañón, Amazonas, mirando todo eso que siempre están talando las maderas, siempre no cuidan el bosque, entonces nosotros en vez de talar los bosques, hemos visto que eso es la parte más importante porque en el bosque tenemos el mercado. Tenemos la ferretería, tenemos la farmacia. Por ejemplo, la Victoria Regia es un remedio natural que nosotros lo utilizamos como medicina.
Are other groups, other people in the community still in favor of chopping down the trees and logging?
Hace poco, una comunidad que se llama Santa Cruz. Ellos han preferido vender su bosque a las personas que vienen de lejos. Pero ahora el dinero lo han terminado, pero el bosque ya no lo tienen. Y ese es un ejemplo muy claro que a nosotros más nos realza y nos da ánimo más de cuidar. Yo de qué sirvo que le vendo a los árboles y mañana queda todo talado y se va haciendo más sequía, no tengo nada. Nosotros teníamos que poner mano dura porque está prohibido altamente talar los árboles porque tenemos aquí una ley interna que el morador que tala un árbol sin conocimiento de la comunidad tiene su sanción. De sembrar 50 árboles más para reforestar. Esta es la comunidad.
Muy bueno.
Ahora le hemos dado la responsabilidad a los niños también. A ellos les hemos entregado 12 hectáreas para que ellos también ya están aprendiendo a cuidar sus bosques.
So she's gonna make us a patarasca fish. They wrap the fish in a palm leaf, and it looks like they put it on fire, but then it's cooked by the charring of the leaf as well as the steaming. The thing with this patarasca dish that I find really interesting is that it's utilitarian cooking. It comes from an experience in certain environments. And when nature gives you banana leaves or taro leaves or palm leaves, this just makes sense. And you saw techniques like this at Amaz, where they took a chicken leg, wrapped it with rice, then wrapped it with the leaves, and then boiled it. This salsa is the same salsa we had in the kitchen at Amaz, but this actually has a lot more flavor than it did at Amaz. Amaz, it's cooking the food in a way that foreigners to this food won't be intimidated, and it'll open their eyes, it'll educate them, and hopefully one day encourage them to actually meet the plug. She is the plug.
Esto es de Camu Camu. Este es el agua que nosotros tomamos, contaminada.
So there's not really a solution for the water contamination issue here yet.
De lo contrario, sigue avanzando día a día la contaminación. El tubo ya son viejos y el Estado nunca lo va a cambiar. Eso es a veces que a veces hay derrame. No están constantemente cuidando dentro. A veces lo dejan ahí. Hace poco nomás había otro derrame de petróleo. Eso lo que nos afecta es a todos, porque baja por el Marañón y al Amazonas, bajo Amazonas, sigue bajando a los niños, las plantas ya no dan.
Usually on this show, I try to give you hope, and most places we go, there's something that can be done, but I don't have anything positive to tell you besides the fact that humans were given a gift as beautiful as the rainforest, and piece by piece, we're ruining it. I hope Emma runs for like president in America 2020. She has more vision than pretty much everyone that ran in America. What's up, guys? What are you doing? Is that your pet duck? What's the duck's name? They must know they're gonna eat the duck because they didn't name it. You're gonna eat it. Giselle, very cool. We met her husband. Yeah, Tom. Nice guy.
Usted tienes acá el pulsario que los doctores lo llaman úlcera.
I have an ulcer.
As we've gone deeper into this country and come to Iquitos and seen the Amazon, you start to understand the source of all that creativity that's going on in Lima's kitchens. The power of the Amazon is undeniable. So we're gonna meet Josias, who is a indigenous man from this area and a real survival dude. So he's gonna teach us how to catch piranhas. So is it hard to catch piranha?
It's not that hard, man.
No?
As long as we have some good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go upriver now.
Were you born and raised in Iquitos?
No, I born in a small tributary like south of Iquitos.
What was it like growing up in the Amazon?
Growing up, it's pretty wild about growing up river, fishing, and have a chance to see all kinds of wildlife, like monkeys, birds, even fighting with, snakes. I love to catch snakes and play with,
Yeah, so you live like the real-life Jungle Book, basically.
Yeah.
Did you ever get bored in the Amazon?
Never. There is no chance to get bored here. There is a lot of things that you could be doing. Now, this looks like a good spot.
Okay. Treating them to some flank steak. It's Piranha's last meal. It's gonna be nice. This is when you're gonna see the Orlando come out in me. Some real Florida shit. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh. Yeah, they ate my bait. The current took me into it.
Yeah. Good some. It's a piranha.
Oh.
God damn. Wow. Look at it. That's what basically it is. So the black piranha.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's biting. You can hear that?
Got one.
Got one? Good job, man. Good job. Slowly, slowly.
Oh.
Congratulations.
My
buddy.
first piranha. Success, Dave.
We have 30 minutes, so we have to go to the hotel.
Shut up. Front page news. Panda catches piranha. Oh, he's gutting the piranha.
Ready to eat fire and grill piranha for lunch. Just cut some grass to make us a table. That's where it's important, the machete here.
It is? Sick. We have a grill.
This will go like this.
You could survive anywhere, I think.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah. How often do you eat piranha?
I throw his leg once a week.
Oh, yeah? So this is like oven gold turkey breast. It's
Pretty much.
Basic food.
Yeah. Look at this.
Wow.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Taste that.
Delicious. The meat is actually a little bit like the meat on a flounder closest to the bone. It's like
Yeah.
fine
You're right.
and fleshy.
Yep.
Bucket list food item. Amazonian piranha.
Great.
Gracias.
We made it.
We made it. Either she doesn't like this brand or she's cooking something. Oh, but it's ice. So we're going to the Balin market because right now a lot of our antibiotics and synthetic chemicals that people have been using to treat disease and ailments in the Western world are reaching the end of its utility. There's super germs and super bacteria that's developed defenses over the years. And one thing that scientists are looking towards are ethnobotanists, plant medicine, because plants have been fighting bacteria themselves to survive for over 400 million years. So Atilia is going to show us some of the things she knows. How long have you been studying plant medicine?
Tengo ahora 57, empecé a los 18, entonces prácticamente casi toda mi vida.
Oh, there's an armadillo. The wild culantra that they were using at Amaz is here too.
Esto es la medicina, esto es comestible.
The roots are for the IBS gang. Do you want to see the IBS handshake? It's elbow. Because you wipe your butt with your hand. My issues is digestion, immunity defense, and allergy.
Allá vamos a encontrar unas plantas donde que vamos a comprar y te voy a indicar cómo vas a preparar para que lo tomes.
Okay.
Se llama flor de retama y se toma infusiones para la digestión. Esta es la hoja de granadilla.
I got real problems.
Pero esta hoja sirve para la alergia. Vamos a comprar rosas para hacer los baños de flores.
Panda kid. We have all the ingredients we need?
Sí.
So we're just walking to Otilia's crib. Nice leisurely 30-minute walk from the road. I wonder how she Ubers. This is so far. I feel like we've walked 100 Amazonian blocks. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, señor. Por acá.
Gonna get diagnosed?
Toilet paper? A TP treatment. I feel like I'm doing ecstasy, rubbing vapor all over myself.
Muy bien. Respira 3 veces muy profundo. Usted tiene acá el pulsario que los doctores lo llaman úlcera.
I have an ulcer.
Estos son gases, es aire.
This was supposed to be a 1-hour docu-comedy, but I think it became a drama.
Hacemos con esta úlcera, cada cólera que tengamos. Entonces esto se alimenta. Entonces para esto necesitas un buen purgante.
That's why I taught you the IBS handshake before, remember?
Pero vas a tomar tu flor de retama y después te vas a ir a bañar con el baño de flores, porque así como se toma la medicina, necesitas relajar el cuerpo, la mente.
Usually I'm eating rice when I do this.
Gracias. No hay de qué ser.
So the challenge now is, how are we going to become an industrialized country? And at the same time, protecting our biggest legacy, which is the tropical rainforest.
Here in the Andes, nature dictates cuisine just like it has everywhere else we've been in Peru. So, I'm still out of breath. We're about to meet the most interesting Andes man in the world. Cesar, how's it going?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Same.
Yeah. Tell us your background.
Well, I was born in Lima. My mother's Jamaican, and my father's Peruvian, Irish, and Spanish.
And now you consult on environmental issues in Peru?
Yeah. The first and most important concern is that Peru is a natural resource extractive country. So the challenge now is, how are we going to become an industrialized country? And at the same time, protecting our biggest legacy, which is the tropical rainforest.
Yeah.
70% of the country is tropical rainforest.
Yeah.
So we are a very difficult country because we have coast, mountains, jungle, and 47 different dialects.
It really feels like there needs to be a case-by-case approach to each resource being extracted out of Peru, the communities being involved, and then pricing.
There is a major challenge because Peru recently has a Ministry of the Environment. That ministry, like the EPA in the United States, is trying to regulate extractive operations and at the same time regulating and keeping an eye and enforcing standards. If we're not following environmental standards, we will have social conflicts because local communities feel they're not being considered. If these sources disappear, my whole modus operandi of 100 years or 20 years will disappear.
Yeah. It seems like with Peru, because of all the different communities, you have to look at the pieces and figure it out. But in a way, if Peru can figure it out, it becomes a model for a lot of the other countries in the world.
There's an NGO called AMPA, Amigos para la Amazonía, and what they're doing is bringing in famous chefs to develop regional dishes incorporating jungle products and, in a sense, offering the local communities an opportunity to keep those trees standing. Once we have these dishes and promote conservation towards gastronomy, we might have that industrialized country that we're talking about. So we're going to go to the Sacred Valley, to a friend's house. He is an awesome cook and chef. He has a restaurant here in Cusco as well. And he's going to cook us an amazing meal. Your jaw's going to drop, okay?
We see these ovens all around the Andes.
It's the typical oven made of adobe.
Tenemos que calentarlo como 4 horas antes, por lo menos.
It's heated 4 hours before.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you heat it 4 hours before, get it hot, then put it in.
Claro,
yeah.
Después
That makes sense.
no tiene que haber fuego, no solamente
He only wants heat, no fire inside.
Yeah.
Y bueno, hemos hecho una guatia que se hace en la tierra. Desde la época pre-inca, ¿no? Cocían bajo la tierra las papas, ¿no? Un capchi tiene cebolla, garlic, potatoes, fava beans, huacatay,
Peruvian black mint.
Y lo vamos a acompañar con un lomo saltado que es más tradicional, igual peruano, ¿no?
Alpaca lomo saltado.
Alpaca lomo saltado.
Great. He's basically created his own wok station next to his big oven. Yeah.
Tiene mucha influencia oriental, ¿no?
It's because people live together, and then it reflects in the food. You know, when people say fusion food, I don't really like it, because fusion food to me is like when chefs purposely combine things, and it's not from an experience. Yeah. This is regional, localized cooking where people have lived together for a long time, and this just starts to make sense.
Exactly.
What I love about Peruvian food, from the first day, so many things are familiar, but you've never had it in this combination before. But just also the idea of putting fava beans and black mint in the mashed potatoes, you would never think of it. Only a Peruvian would think to do this. Bueno. So I think the question for Peru and all the developing countries is, how much can you give and still maintain who you are?
Like logging. If you're not willing to reforest and whatnot, you lose your resources. Gastronomy is really important for this country. It's a huge challenge for this country. Why? Because eventually you have this boom. People are willing to incorporate these resources, Gaston Aculio and whatnot, promoting this famous gastronomy. And suddenly, these resources are becoming more expensive. Farmers cannot buy quinoa for their food now because it's too expensive. There's a new trend.
These people have a very sustainable way of life, but then we're preying on it. We could create an equilibrium with this resource extraction.
Fair trade is difficult. Why? Because you have to start with some sort of standard, and people get paid to develop those standards. Who pays that burden? The producer. You see? So they need to follow these standards to be able to have that right price.
There's a tendency to just become fanatics and get excited when you see something and you taste something that you love. But I think everything Caesar's telling us is extremely important to think about as you consume, because it's not just a relationship between you and this plate. For that food to hit that plate, to hit that table, and to sit in front of you, it had to touch a lot of hands. And cultures are at stake. The environment's at stake. So when you eat, you're voting. And I hope you continue to vote for biodiversity in Peru. 6 ounces to 8 ounces of pink salt will cost you upwards of $8 to $10 in a grocery store. But Lorenzo is only getting 25 soles for this entire bag. We're in Morris now, and it's known for its pre-Incan salt mines. No matter how good your meat is, no matter how good the aromatics are, it's nothing if you don't salt the food correctly. And here in these mines at Morris, you're gonna see pink salt. It has a rounder, deeper flavor. So we're gonna meet a farmer here who's gonna take us down in the mines. He seems to be intent on taking us to the furthest terrace possible to scrape salt. Wait, how did he just get down there? Do you know why the salt water runs through Morris and it's so special here?
Según la historia, dice hay una piedra bien salada debajo del cerro, será, ¿no? Entonces el agua va lavando esa piedra. Entonces acá llega como si fuera como un manante, de ahí sale agua salada. Y ese produce las cosas.
We're gonna go with it, the salted rock theory. I approve. Huang's Road approved, salted rock theory. How much could you sell the salt in each pit for?
50 kilos son 25, 20 soles, porque según categoría. Son 3 categorías. Extra, primera, tercera. Y ahora, esta salsita. Yo tengo que pisar para que salga más limpio. La tierra tiene que bajar al suelo.
So once a month he does this. He waits till it evaporates to this point, then he breaks it off.
Extra.
Nice. I heard that there's pink salt here, but this all looks like white salt.
No, debajo es que como produce en la tierra, esa tierra, cuando sacamos la sal, se vuelve medio rojisma, ¿no?
What are we gonna do once we get all this salt together?
El charqui de este sal y la casa lo hacemos.
Yeah, so one thing I realized while talking to Lorenzo was
he didn't know what pink salt was. He was explaining the levels of salt, the 3 different grades. About 6 ounces to 8 ounces of pink salt will cost you upwards of $8 to $10 in a grocery store. But Lorenzo is only getting 25 soles for this entire bag, which comes out to about $6.50 US. So the people making money are not the ones that actually live here and own the pits and work the pits, but the company distributing it and packaging it to us.
Ya, está bonito ese sal. Ahora, carne lo va a cortar.
Okay. So this is a leg of alpaca.
Ahora sí que poner sal. Y esta preparación son ancestrales desde los abuelos. Y nos ha enseñado, nos ha dejado esta huella. Después hay que hacer secar como esto en el sol.
That's pretty good. It was good. The salt was good. I definitely feel like I just put my head in the ass of an alpaca. In America, if you sell 1 bottle of this pink salt, like 6 to 8 ounces, people are paying upwards of $10 or $12 for it. Did you know that?
No sabía eso.
So you guys are not aware of the amount of money they sell your salt for?
Está injusto, pero nosotros, no, claro, somos una persona humilde también y pagan también. Por eso nosotros estamos tranquilos. Yo me quedo feliz porque con esta naturaleza yo tomo aire libre, de que tranquilo, y me quedo orgulloso porque he nacido en mares.
You know, pink salt is just one of the things that the global economy desires from Peru. China buys copper. You know, people in our neighborhoods buy quinoa. Other people buy pink salt. Everybody wants acai. We consume and we eat and we take only seeing the end product. Very rarely do we see all the pain and struggle that goes into what we're consuming with all culture. And when we came to Peru, we came because we loved the chefs and we heard about the fantastic restaurants and we saw them in Lima. But when you go deeper into this country and you see the Amazon and its power, you realize that there's nothing without this. This is the source. This is the inspiration. And it's very important when we eat and we cook to be conscious of what we're discarding. Because if we just focus on the restaurants and just focus on the chefs and just focus on the food in front of us, we're gonna lose everything that gave it its power.